Hey guys, in this video, me and my fellow coach Adam are going to go through 10 weight loss tips that you can implement starting in 2021 to help you get better, faster, easier results. Now, before we get started guys, please make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button on this video. Check out Adam's channel. He's got a great channel full of fitness and health information. I highly recommend that you do. And we're gonna get stuck straight into number one. So tip number one is try intermittent fasting to help you schedule your meals throughout the day. So not everyone can stick to a 6 meals a day schedule or even the 3 or 4 meal per day schedule. So what you want to do is allow yourself time. So what you can do is opt for having a lighter breakfast or even skipping breakfast completely, allowing you to have most of your calories around lunch and then dinner. And the most important thing is, as long as your calories are on point for the entire day, you will still get the same results regardless of how many meals that you have.
So number 2 on our list is you must control meal frequency and meal timing every single day in order to help control your hormones. So I'm referring especially to our hunger hormone, which is known as ghrelin. I call it ghrelin. I also refer to them as little gremlins. Gremlin. It's a nice way to think about it because that's the thing in your stomach that goes, I'm hungry. And that's what drives you, because when you're hungry, you're going to choose, and when it's really screaming at you, these gremlins are going, give me food. You're going to choose you're going to choose meals and snacks that might not be congruent to your goals. And really and truly, we want to keep you on track in the best way possible. So we need to learn how to quieten down these gremlins in our belly that are demanding food from us. We need to learn to do that. And the way in which we can do that is, without a shadow of a doubt, making sure that you eat at the same time every single day. Like maybe give yourself like a half hour, 20-minute window in and around, but try and regulate it as much as you possibly can, so that when you do come to eat and over the days, and as your hunger might increase, because if you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to get hungry, and that's okay, then by timing the meals properly, you're going to feel so much better on a day-by-day basis. Your body will be in rhythm, and that is going to help you hormonally to control your hunger. And that is the best way to control your hunger when you're in a calorie deficit.
Tip number 3 is I want you to aim between 5,000 to 10,000 steps per day. Now, the reason I give you a range is because 5,000 is sort of the bare minimum. If you're sitting at a desk all day, you're not really doing many steps. 5,000 is just more of that health number. We want you to sort of be up, moving, getting at least somewhat active. Now, if you decide that you want to get more steps, yes, 10,000 is a good target. It's a nice round number. It's something that you can try and aim for or try and improve upon day by day. You don't have to hit it specifically, but ideally we want you to be between those ranges, because it means that you're actually paying conscious effort and attention to your steps, which means if you do more steps, you're going to burn more calories over the long term.
Aim for 3 liters of water a day. And by water, I mean clear, absolute water, liquid. It can be sparkling, it can be still, but I want you to aim for 3 liters of water a day. And the reason for this, well, there's a couple, but one of the big reasons for this is that if our body is dehydrated, it's going to cling on to water more, and therefore when you come to weigh yourself, you're not going to get a truer number, you're not going to get a truer reading of your weight, because you're going to be hanging on to water weight. The other reason is it's just great to drink water, it's good for you. And another reason, there's so many reasons, but another reason is it fills you up. So again, if we go back to my last point about ghrelin and leptin and hunger, then we can look at this and go, well, a good way to satiate our hunger could be to fill up on water. Now, 3 liters can sound like a lot, especially if you're not used to eating or drinking 3 liters of water a day. Therefore, build up to it slowly. Make sure you track it. And one of my other most favorite bits of advice with trying to get 3 liters of water in a day is, without a shadow of a doubt, get a water bottle you love drinking out of and start drinking your water nice and early. So wake up, bang, let's get a bottle done. And before you know it, you've done 500 ml and you're well on your way. You can, if you must, include water that isn't just pure, clear water. It can be part of your tea, part of your coffee, not alcohol. We don't include alcohol in this, but I personally ask all of my clients to make sure that they're trying to get 3 liters of clear liquid into their system a day. 1, it's going to help their hunger. 2, they're going to feel so much more energized because it's good for your skin, your complexion's going to improve. You're just going to have more energy if you keep yourself hydrated. And 3, it is just bloody good for you. So make sure you drink your water. 3 liters a day, that's going to help you lose weight.
Tip number 5 is consistency is key. It doesn't matter if you have the perfect diet, the perfect training program, the perfect coach who gives you the perfect program. If you don't do it and you don't do it consistently, you aren't going to get anywhere. So doing it day in, day out, making sure you're on top of your training, on top of your calories, getting in your daily steps every day, put in the boulders in place first, get those sorted, and then you can worry about the minutiae later.
Accountability is a big word you will hear in the health and fitness space all of the time. And accountability can come in many forms. It can come from Slimming World, it can come from Weight Watchers, it can come from having an app, it can come from your friends and family, it can come from a professional coach. Most of what I do, most of what Shannon does is accountability. Yes, we have the knowledge, yes, we inspire people to make a change, but really and truly what we do is we give people somewhere to check in. We call people on their BS. We tell people, no, you're doing great. We tell people, no, you're doing bad. You need to sort it out. You need to step it up. You need to do this. You must get that done. But we manage to do it with empathy. We're coaches. We're not dictators. And that's a big difference. One of the most important things you can do in your weight loss journey is get proper accountability. Now, everyone reacts differently to different types of accountability. And I'm not here to say you must come and train with the gym starter. You must go and train with Shannon. Although we'd really love you to. You might have tried things in the past and they might not have worked. And you might have felt bad about that. But it's not your fault. It just means that the accountability process that you chose wasn't effective enough for you. I can't help everyone who comes across me because they don't all respond well to my version of accountability. That's just part of human nature. But I've managed to find 30, 40, 50, 60 people in the world over my career who have responded well to my versions of accountability and they've got great results. Accountability is something that I think we hear a lot about. We don't necessarily give it the due care and attention it requires. And one of the biggest things that I see with my particular clients is they don't exploit the accountability enough. So you might be watching this and you might have a coach. When was the last time you emailed your coach? When was the last time you asked them a really insightful question about something that was going on with what you were doing? When was the last time you checked in with them and just said, hey, look, I'm really stressed at the minute. I can't quite get stuff done. I feel like I'm slipping away. What can I do? If it wasn't yesterday, if the last time you emailed them, you said something like this to them wasn't yesterday, then you're not exploiting your accountability enough. We love helping people. Shannon and I adore it. It's what makes us tick. It's how we got on this YouTube video together. It's our jobs. You're hiring your coach to keep you accountable. And one of the biggest things I see is that when things start to go awry with clients, their communication level drops and drops and drops and drops. And I guarantee when you haven't heard from them for a month, maybe 2, you know the next time you hear from them is going to be a cancellation. If you want to succeed in health and fitness, if you want to lose weight, if you want to make the most of everything that everyone out here has to offer, and there's a massive market of different people offering you different things, one of the most important things on your journey will be brilliant communication. I tell all of my clients that I work with online and in person that if you don't communicate, I can't coach you. Because I could email you 100 times and you just ignore it, I'm only going to drive you away. You have to come to me and then we can have conversations. I don't know what's going on in your brain. I can't read your brain, so you have to tell me, and then I can coach and shape it. And I can help you get to where you need to get to. So reach out. Like, message us on Instagram. I guarantee we will respond with a very comprehensive answer, and we won't charge you for it either, just because we like people to get into the habit of asking questions, finding out about themselves, and carrying on forward. You can't talk to your coach enough. You can't talk to your coach too much. And if your coach says, I'm sorry, you've got to really tone it down a bit, I can't be messaging you all the time and all the rest of it, then that's their problem, not yours. They need to control that better themselves. It's not you, because if you have a question, you have a right to ask it. So why don't we do it on this YouTube video? Why don't you post your burning questions? If I was the genie from Aladdin and you had 3 wishes, 3 fitness wishes, what would they be? Post them below, and I promise I will respond and I will give you my best answers to your problems to help you get your fitness wishes.
So tip number 7 is having the right expectations for results. So when do we want to lose weight? Preferably yesterday, but it's going to take some time. Just like one good meal isn't going to cause weight loss, one bad meal isn't going to cause weight gain. So a healthy weight loss target for pretty much the entire population is anywhere from 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week. Now, what I do with my clients as well is I also have them measure their waist measurements every single week. And if their waist measurements are decreasing anywhere from 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter per week, this is perfect rate of weight loss. And this doesn't matter how often you weigh yourself or how much the scale goes up and down, because all we're trying to do is physically become a smaller, leaner person. And if you can get that tape or that measurements in centimeters smaller around your waist, you're physically becoming a smaller person without a doubt.
Because of fructose, because of insulin, is going to make you fat, then you are wildly underestimating what makes you fat. Remember, people, no one ever got fat from eating too many fruits and veggies. It's a fact. People are not obese because they're over-consuming oranges, apples, bananas, pears. They're eating too many courgettes. They're eating too many capsicums. They're eating too many onions. These fruits, these vegetables are fantastic. They're fantastic for our systems as humans. They have huge amounts of fiber in them, which is really important for our digestive system. And yes, they are carbohydrate. That's fine, doesn't bother me. Carbs are great. You need carbs in order to get the most out of your training, in order to function properly, in order to have libido and all of these great things that we like in our lives. You have to have carbohydrates. The whole no carb thing doesn't come from eating fruits and veggies. It comes from eating things like chips and crisps and chocolate and sugar. Carbohydrates are so complex as a food source. To simply lump them all into one group is silly. It's daft, and you don't need to do it. I promise you, if you increased, if you doubled, if you tripled your fruit and vegetable intake every single day, you're going to lose weight. You are literally going to be able to eat more and still lose weight. Fruits and vegetables are so calorie sparse. The amount of calories in them, for the amount of food you get, you can have so much more volume compared to the amount of calories compared to a Mars bar, compared to a bag of jelly babies. So just remember, please remember, if you take one thing from this video, no one ever got fat from eating too many fruits and veggies, and you won't either. So go, enjoy them, they're tasty. Have some mango, eat watermelon. Watermelon's like 89% water. How's that gonna make you fat? Remember that one.
Tip number 9 is knowing that you will probably fail. So yes, failure is a part of the process. The most important thing is though, when you do fail, is that you pick yourself up and you get back on board ASAP. And I mean ASAP. Fat loss starts from the very next meal that you don't have. So calories in, calories out is what's going to dictate your nutrition. So if you do have an off-plan meal or a day where you aren't quite as, I suppose, on plan as you should have been, it doesn't matter, because you can just literally make up your calories the next day or even over the course of the week. So your calories work on a weekly average. If you happen to have a 2,000 calorie one day, you can compensate and have slightly lower calories the days after to help you negate that excessive calorie day and make sure that your weekly calorie average is on point. And just remember that we're only human. We're going to make mistakes from time to time. So don't be so hard on yourself, give yourself a chance, and make sure you just keep pushing forward.
Lastly, I can't take credit for this. It's just too good to not give credit out where credit's due. This comes courtesy of a dear friend of mine called Jared Hamilton. And he says, fat loss is like pregnancy. Nothing brilliant happens until about 9 months in. Think about that. 9 months in. You've got to keep going, probably without anything groundbreaking, anything astounding, anything life-changing. You've got to keep going for about 9 months before it really starts to pick up, before you've built those habits, before you feel like a train just going in a straight line and you can't be stopped. 9 months. Yes, and I know the fitness industry are terrible. We sell you these 12-week programs, we sell you these things and all the rest of it, and they're great to get you started. They're great to get the motivation up and to get you moving forward. But for longevity, for making sure that you have been able to sustain the weight loss that you have created, you must keep going for about 9 months. It's not, and honestly, if you've been pregnant, you might think back to your pregnancy and think, God, that flew by like that. I know, it scares me how quickly the years are rolling past, and the older you get, the quicker they go. So 9 months when you start might seem like forever, but I assure you, it will vanish in the blink of an eye if you're doing the process, if you're focused on the process, if you're getting inside what it is someone has set you and you're really going for it. The thought of it is always more terrifying than the execution of it. And just think how quickly you have wasted 9 months in your life previously on certain things. I'm not saying you've wasted your life, but we've all done it. We've all procrastinated on something, and before you know it, 9 months has gone past. It's like, whoa, where's the time gone? Don't let that be you about your health and fitness. Get focused, give yourself a 9-month window to really achieve what you want, and then you'll fly.